Hi, everyone. What an exciting Tuesday here at the Jeff community. If you guys were following the race to 50,000 last night, it was super intense. Um, we were all counting down, how many people we needed to get to that 50,000 mark, which is so exciting. It's unbelievable. I mean, I've been with Jeff from early days, not from the very beginning, but just to see how a community can grow is insane, and how the community is just filled with amazing people. I think this is said in a lot of the Jeff stories and so on, is that there's no one's malicious in this group. No one's mean. There's no judgment. There's only love, support, kindness, joy, support. It really is amazing that there's so many people spread across the globe, and you guys are Jeff. You are the community. You are the foundation. You are why we get out of bed in the mornings, and why we spend so much time preparing and meeting and setting things up and creating new things. I'm sure you guys would know us being Jeff and Jono and Siri and Jules and everyone else backstage. Reaching 50,000 is a big deal, and we're not going to let that just kind of water out. There'll be some exciting announcements today. So I would do your flow now, and then go make yourself a cup of coffee and stick around for Jono and Jules to announce what is happening. It's very exciting, guys. It's super, super exciting. All right, let me find you here. So much technology. Okay, there I am, and there you are. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kathy. Hi, Eva. Good morning, Raj. Shattered after series 6 a.m. Swiping into flow. Jeff Coach, Chanel, Chanel Team Jaguar. I love that. That's amazing. Well, welcome to the Sunrise Stretches, Roz. The 30 minutes that you've put aside for yourself to relax, to release, to reconnect, and really just find some time to breathe, let your body move into a state of healing and repair, and really to give yourself some TLC. If you're going to be working your body that hard, like, really killing it in the 6 a.m., then you need to be doing some recovery work, because if that's all you're doing to your body, you're going to deplete it at some point, on some kind of level, whether that's, the muscles getting too tight, in and around joints that causes injury, when you're putting stress on certain parts of the body, when you're not releasing it, and that kind of thing. If you're not breathing properly, potentially during your hits, it's really doing a disservice to yourself if you're not doing the rehabilitation work. I posted last week and I said, there's not a sports person in this world that doesn't do serious rehab work, right? And I'm not saying any of us are sports stars. There might be a few of you. No, I know a lot of you ran quite far this weekend. Take a page from their book, right? It's important. All right, everyone, who's popping on here? Good morning, Candace. Hi, Megan James. Good morning, Blanche. Ross. Candace says 6 a.m. is dark. It is the queen of darkness with Siri. Isn't she just amazing? She's a light in my life. I get to speak to her pretty much daily. And if you're watching Siri, you are an amazing human being. It's a privilege to work with you. Everyone who's online, you need to check in, swipe in, sign in. We've got 10 minutes before we get to start. So let's chat a bit about today, what is happening here at Jeff. Very excited to let you know that at 12:30, myself and Coach Kaylee have teamed up for a Jeff Ed Talk. We're both extremely excited about it. It's about a topic that we're very passionate about, both of us, and it's the lymphatic system. So for those of you who've been doing my sessions, you'll know that I often incorporate some lymph work into it. Katie does the same with her clients. And we both kind of get the sparkle in our eye when we talk about it. So join us for that. We're super excited. We're going to give you guys the lowdown on all things lymph, why it's important, what you should be doing. And we're very excited about that. So if you can't make it live at 12:30, please make sure to catch up. It's something that's really relevant right now, and it's something that is a gift to yourself when you have that understanding and knowledge of the importance of it. It can honestly change your life. Then we have Little Legends with Coach Ryan, yes, and as far as I know, Aiden will be joining in for that. The little legend of most legend of all the little legends. We have 4 p.m. lit with Coach Liz. That, of course, is for anyone who's perhaps recovering from injury, anyone who's not looking to do the fast-paced hit or the intense hit. It's a slow down. It's kind of like basically like a slower version, a more careful version, really accessible to anyone. So check in for that. If you haven't done a lit, maybe you even skip a hit once and you do a lit session. You know, it's good to bring variety into your workouts. It doesn't always have to be at 100%. You know, some days maybe lit is appropriate. Some days maybe just flow is appropriate. We had a question last week with someone asking, saying that I forgot her name now. Sorry if you're online. A lady saying that she was feeling really tired and really drained, and should she push herself through the hit sessions in the week, or should she just do a flow? You know, Jono, my answer was the same. Do a flow today, and let tomorrow come and see how you feel tomorrow. So I know we've got these schedules and these plans, and I've said it to you guys before. I love a good routine. I love a good ritual. But we have to give ourselves breathing space in between that, because otherwise we get into the cycle of almost disappointing ourselves when it's actually not the case. You're just not there on that day. And so having that compassion and understanding for yourself is super important. All right. Hi, everyone. It's Lisa. Good morning. Hi, Chantal. 2 out of 5. That's what I want to see. Everyone, where's your 2 out of 3s, your 2 out of 4s, your 2 out of 5s? I need to know how many sessions I can expect you at this week so that I can watch you, keep you accountable. Yes, please catch up on that JFK session if you can't make the live. Good morning, Carmelita. Hi, Lorna. Lovely to see you here. All the regulars in here this morning. Zelna. Hi, everyone. So nice to have you all here. As you know, in these sessions, we're really just trying to give our body a little bit of love, stretch it out, move it around a little bit, and try almost like, I yawn a lot to these practices. I don't know if you guys ever see it. I just almost like a yawn inside of myself because it feels so good, right? But it's almost like you'd feel like if you did a stretch, right? Yes, you're stretching parts of your body, right? And that feels great. And that encourages that yawn feeling. But to me, more than that, it's almost like this isometric contraction. Like I'm giving myself a hug, like, but not myself as in my whole body. I'm giving myself, like my bones, my internal systems. I'm squeezing my muscles onto myself and giving myself like a muscular hug. And that's really what enables me to get that yawn feeling. So I encourage you to explore that, especially in the mornings. See if you can get as many yawns out as you can. Really relax into the practice. I always say this is kind of your luxury time where you really get to check in with yourself, slow down, and just connect a little bit on a more deeper level to truly understand where you are at this point in your life, right? Every day is a new day, new opportunities, new insights, new experiences, new adventures, a whole new day potential. All right, let's give it 5 more minutes. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Katie made it for once, aiming for three this week. Well done, Katie. Don't worry about it if you don't make the 7 a.m.s. Try though. It's good to have that routine. But if you don't make it, you can catch up, right? That's the beauty of all of this. And I know we've had a few requests for longer practices, but we're not going to do longer practices right now, but you can double up on 2 sessions, right? So it's quite simple. Do one session and kind of when I finish that session, just click on the next one and keep going. Good morning, Anthony. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tiona, Jolene, Nicole, Christina. Good morning. And Rita, 2 out of 5. Of course, Rita, I expect nothing less of you. I'm starting to get some of you to be nice, die-hard flow attendees, sunrise stretches, guys. It's really been lovely to have all of you here and to see all these names pop up. Hi, Laura from Team Louis. Woo! I had such a good laugh at Louis' videos from Saturday. It looked like he was really busting it out and really enjoying it. What was I going to say? Hi, good morning, Nikki. To see all these names that I've really seen right from the very beginning, and to see everyone jump online last night and see all these names being like, come on, guys, where's Team 6 a.m.? Where's this team? Where's this team? You need to be inviting your friends to the community. Let's drive this home. Let's get our 50,000. It's a massive milestone for Jeff together. Jeff is the new gym, started at a time when I think people really needed it. Jono, Jules, Suri and Jay, they were all really taking, putting their lives on pause almost to just connect with the community. And I know a lot of people really needed that at home. Siri was still doing little legends, which of course you guys know was probably one of my funnest of the Jeff workouts to be a part of. She just brings such amazing energy. And yeah, now we've reached our 50,000. That is incredible. It's out of this world. Do your flow, stick around, go make some coffee, some tea, and then stay tuned for what Jono and Jules are going to announce. I promise you, you're going to want to hear it. Hi, everyone. Tanisha, welcome, Flora. Renata, hi. Barbara, Dalton, lovely to see you here. I'm glad that you can get all your things organized and be in the session. Good morning. Lorraine, nice to have you here. Hi, Wendy Wilson. Oh, it's all the names, all the fabulous ladies checking in here. Ladies, how are we going to get the guys here? I know it's going to be extra tough for male bodies sometimes because they generally quite tight naturally, and a lot of them are doing quite intense stuff with the muscles. Their bodies are tight. I think we're gonna have to do like a challenge. Like every lady needs to challenge a guy they know on Jeff to a 10th flow, and they need to tag you when they have attended their 3 classes. Right? So you've got to stash them up, ladies. Find a male Jeff member, challenge him to tag you in 3 Jeff flow classes this week. I think that's fair. All the ladies are showing up. I think the gents need to too. I'm not generalizing. I know there are a few gents on here. I can't see all the names, but I know there are a few of you who are always here. Okay, so I know there are a few of you, but the scale is tipping quite over to the ladies' side. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lee Jenkins. Making this a habit fantastically. You will thank yourself for it. I was saying yesterday, I would say I'm not biased, but I really am. This practice has changed my life. Here we have Brian Saunders. Yay, Brian, representing all the guys. Well done, Brian. Thank you for being here. Tracy, Leanne, Margaret, Nikki, Sue, everyone Lara, yawn, good morning. All right, everyone, I think let's get started. All right, so you can have your two cushions um, on the side. At any point, if you need extra padding, please feel free to use a cushion. All right, and then we'll start standing this morning. So on the long edge of your mat, you're gonna or face the long edge of your mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Take a little straightening out through the legs, so squeeze the muscle onto the bone. Interlace your fingers, reach your arms up and stretch open. Okay, so if you weren't here when I was chatting in the beginning this morning, trying to get yawns. Try and get as many yawns as you can this morning. So you can do a little stretch through the body, try and get your biceps next to your ears. Sink your tailbone slightly down. So I'm not looking to go into a back bend quite yet. We will definitely move into that direction of the spine, but just a neutral spine. And I'm trying to find the length. Another full inhale. And then release the hands down, exhale. Take your interlace, and again, just move into that full stretch. So take a little wiggle through the body, wake yourself up, straighten out the arms, and then we're going to firm the legs a little more, find our balance. So look forward, start to lift your heels, squeeze the calf muscles, drop your tailbone down, and really lift and stretch. Take a full breath in, and then ground the heels, release the hands. Take a nice big loop of the shoulders. And then just come to stand, equal standing pose. Close your eyes for a moment, ground the feet. Just arrive at your practice. Acknowledge this Tuesday, moving towards the end of this month. If your mind is quite busy, can you ask it to just go on to pause? And then ask yourself, as if you would ask a stranger or a family member, how are you? And just take a few moments to listen. And then don't attach to any of that, but just acknowledge it. Right? We don't always have to answer back. We don't always have to have solutions. We don't always have to fix. Sometimes we just let be. We just listen. We just acknowledge. All right, then open your eyes. Interlace your hands in front of you again. Flip your palms, bend your knees, and then press your arms away from you. So stretch open the wrists. Okay, my hands aren't kind of falling down. I'm trying to keep my hands about in line with my sternum. And I'm not drawing my shoulders back. I'm letting my shoulders move forward. And I'm going to tuck my chin and I'm going to round, round, round. You can bend your knees as much as you like to really round into the spine. Keep the arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your arms as they are, but just bring the spine upright again. Okay, soften the hands back to the chest. Change your interlace. Same thing. Press the arms out in front of you. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, and start to round through the spine. This time we'll move our hands over to the left. So if I move on my mat, you can just stay as you are. I'm just moving so you can see me a little better in some of the poses. Okay, so move yourself over to the left, back to center, over to the right. Nice, back to center. Come all the way up with the hands as well. And then release the hands down. Let's bring our hands to our hips. We're just going to open the tops of the feet. So weight onto your left foot, flip onto the top of your right foot. So most of you have done this with me before. I'll show you from the side. You're going to flip onto the top of your foot. You're just going to stretch open that foot. So nice. Okay, so you can imagine if you are in the opposite shape the whole day. So if you're in this flexion of the toes, if you're in a high heel, or if you're in closed shoes, right? Those little muscles and things get really tight and rigid. So we want to make sure that we kind of undo our doings every day. Okay, so we undo those habitual movements and strain, and we try and undo them daily. Okay, deepen the breath. If you want a little more, you'll take your foot forward a little more. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Any ballet dancers in the class, you will most likely not have any issues with this. Nice. And then release the foot back down and switch. Just start with that left foot in line with right. And kind of soften through that left hip a little bit, and you'll feel that when you release that left hip, gravity automatically draws it down and will put more weight onto that left foot. So adjust as you must. Shoulders stacked above the hips, lower belly joint in. You can slide that foot a little bit forward. My right leg isn't just dead. My toes aren't gripping. My right foot is pressing down. The thigh muscle is active. Okay. And then slowly release left foot. Beautiful. Draw both, I'm going to show you from the side again, so stay facing this way. And draw both arms up. And then bring your hands to circle round back behind you. Interlace your hands here. You could take a little bend in the knees if you like. Okay. I'm going to let my sit bones start to move slightly backwards so that I am creating a slight little arch in the lower back. But I'm still drawing in my belly. And then I'm going to lift my chest up to the sky, roll my shoulders back, moving into a nice gentle back bend. Okay, you could stay here. If you're going a little further, this is like quite an up level, and depending on how stiff your shoulders are feeling today, you might not straighten your arms, you might not take your hands away from you. Okay, we're gonna hold 3 full breaths. If it gets too intense having the bent knees, neutralize the pelvis and straighten out the legs and just focus on the upper body. Okay, but otherwise, if you want to kind of include that little arch in the spine, feel free. Deepen your breath. So now you might feel that those intercostal muscles in between the ribs are quite tight and you're struggling to breathe. That means that this is a pose you need to be doing more. I've been very sick, I've been coughing. You can release. So I can feel how tight everything is. I've been doing that the whole time, right? So I can feel all these muscles, even my pecs, my intercostals are all very tight from that. So I know I need to open. Draw both arms up, full breath in. And then bring your hands behind you. Change your interlace, same thing. You can bend your knees, roll the shoulder caps back, extend the arms, and take the hands a little away from the buttocks. We keep our neck neutral here. A lot of the time, people just kind of go and fling their head back. We don't want to do that. We're just focusing on this, the bottom part of the spine, almost from tailbone, just up to the neck. So we keep our head and our neck neutral. Hold here. I know it's intense. You can straighten out the legs if you like. We're going to hold 3 more breaths. Only breathe as deep as your body allows, and don't let the breath become stressed, right? So that's not the point here. We want to find release. We want to be gentle with our bodies. Your body will tell you, okay, I can go to here, but I can't go further. Listen to it. All right, and then soften. Well done, everyone. You're going to reach your arms out to the side. Take this left arm up and over to bring the hand kind of between the shoulder blades. Reach your right arm over and try and draw this left elbow up towards the ceiling. Take a little stretch over to your right. Reach over. You should feel a nice stretch on that left side body. If you feel any discomfort in the lower back here, please bend your knees. And really good for the digestive system. This, we're getting a nice stretch in that descending line of the colon. Also the stomach that sits on the left, or kind of to the left, we're giving that a little bit of space now. And then of course, crunching in on the other side, getting a bit of pressure and squeeze into that right side. Come back to center. Release the arms. Hold like this. And exhale. Arms up. Right arm up and over. Left arm to reach for that right elbow. Try and draw that right elbow to point towards the sky. And then over to your left. Head is really soft and your expression is soft, your jaw is soft. Bend your knees if you need. Try and find that firmness in the legs without locking out the knee joints. And then come back up to center. Reach both arms up. And release them down. Alright, we're going to go into some lymph swings. So, you're going to make sure that you can't knock anything around you. Feet can be a little wider than hip distance, arms out to the side. And then you're just going to start to move spaghetti arms. And we're just going to get a little bit of movement, a little bit of pumping of our lymphatic system. Okay? So most of you who've done this lymph work with me, Coach Kaylee and I are both very passionate about the lymphatic system. And we are doing a deck talk about that today at 12:30. So really looking forward to that. I recommend you join. Okay, so you can keep going like this. Remember, this is zero effort. We don't want our heart rate to move up, to increase, because we don't want those waste products or those byproducts that you get when the heart goes up and you are burning energy. Okay, because that kind of defies the point of moving the lymph, which moves all the toxins around and out to certain places in the body. Okay, you could give a little lift to your heels if you like. And then we're going to add a nice long exhale. So full breath in and long exhale. Full breath in and long exhale. Nice. Keep going. I'm just going to do a time check for us. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. A few more rounds. Full breath in and long exhale. Full breath in and exhale. All right, let's go a little longer. Really worth putting in the time to do this every day. Because our lymphatic system obviously doesn't have a heart like the blood vessels do. We need to move it. So there's a little pump action through the feet. My knee joints are soft, getting some nice movement through my hips. And then for the last few moments here, when you tap into any vibration that you're feeling. So any vibration or sensation that you're feeling maybe out towards your fingertips, your hands, maybe you're like on the layer of skin in your body. I tend to feel almost as if I feel all that liquid moving around my body now. A nice opportunity on an emotional, mental, energetic level to let go as well. Let all of that shift. Okay, we're going to slow down really naturally. Take a nice deep of the shoulders. And you can move back onto your mat. Feet hip distance again. Reach both arms up, take a full stretch. Come to sit in chair pose for a moment as you bend your knees. And then take a forward fold. Keep the knees pretty bent. Allow your spine to lengthen down and tuck your chin. Let your arms release down to the floor. And then just deepen the breath here. Let the blood move in and around, all the liquids in the scalp, the head, the face, the eyes, the sinuses, all kind of move around. You can nod your head yes and no as you make sure that you're not carrying any tension. Spinal roll up, so bend the knees, activate glutes, and draw the lower belly in like little Lego blocks. We're going to stack our vertebrae one on top of the other. Head and shoulders come up last as you come to stand. We'll move that through the breath. So inhale. Exhale, sit down, chair, and forward fold. Press your hands into your shins, take a halfway lift, look forward. And fold forward, exhale. Roll the spine up on an inhale. Loop the shoulders on an exhale. One more. Inhale, arms up. Sit chair. And then fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Roll the spine up, inhale. And lift the shoulders, exhale, nice. Bring your hands to your hips and heel toe the feet quite wide apart. So your toes are facing forward and your heels are slightly out. So the straddle pose, we call it Prasarita Padottanasana in Sanskrit and yoga. We firm the front of the legs round the outer arches of the feet. Okay? Make sure you're not pigeon toeing too far in. I find that it's quite uncomfortable on my knee joints, but I'm also not turning my toes out. So it's very neutral placement of the feet. Hands can come to the hips. Let's bend our knees slightly. And then as you would hold a bowl and tip it forward, hold the pelvic bowl, the thumbs behind, the forefingers in front. And you're going to start to tilt the pelvic bowl forward, forward, forward. So your back line, your hamstrings are going to chat to you a bit now. Wherever you feel your full stretches, that's where you're going to stay. Hands can come down to the floor. You could just touch your chin. And from here, you can start to work the toes a little more. Okay, so obviously always prioritizing the spine. So lengthen the spine down as much as feels comfortable. And then once you're there, maybe you straighten out the legs. Hands can be underneath you. Hands could reach back behind you. And we'll just hold here for 5 full breaths. Remembering that at any time, in any inversion, if the pressure becomes too much, if you feel any kind of dizziness, nausea, then you can just come into this halfway lift. Okay? Otherwise, if you're loving being upside down, stay with me. It's about 3 more breaths. All right. Bring hands underneath the shoulders. And then quite a lot of movement in our hip joints now. So we're going to go into a lunge. Turn your left toes out. Start to bend your left knee as you walk towards it. And then lift your right heel up so that when you've turned, your feet are on parallel tracks. Let's ground our right knee. we're to the inside of our left leg. Cushion your right knee if you need to. You can keep your right toes tucked under. And then walk your left foot a little out to the side. Turn your toes outwards so it's on a diagonal. Runner's lunge. So here, you'll just start to soften the head down. Adjust as you must. If you want to go a little deeper, you could come down onto your forearms. Again, we're going to hold for 5 full breaths. Okay, your runner's lunge might look a little more like this, where you're just feeling into the hips. There's a slight squeeze of the inner thighs together so that you're not just collapsing. I'm also not letting this right hip roll open. Both my hips are trying to face forward as much as possible. Finish off all 5 breaths. Okay, and then you'll come up if you went down. Raise that back knee up. Remove your cushion for a moment. And then we're going to move back to our straddle. So keep that left knee a little bent. Ground your right heel. Turn your left toes forward. You might notice you're off alignment now. That's fine because we're going to go to the other side. Okay, so turn your right toes out and raise your left heel up. So for me, that's a little long. I can see that because my right knee is so far behind its ankle. So I'm going to slide my right foot back, round that left knee. Make sure I'm to the inside of that right leg. Turn the right toes out as well as taking the right foot a little to the right. And then maybe you hold here, or maybe you lower it down. Up to you. See how your body feels. We're going to hold for 5 full breaths. If the thoughts start to run, if the mind starts to get busy or starts to go like, oh, should I be doing this? I've actually got a million other things to do. Yes, you should be doing this. Yes, you deserve to do this. And it is crucial to your recovery if you're doing HIIT classes. Time on your mat is time well spent. You always tell that to yourself. All right. Bring the hands down. Raise that back knee. And we're going to walk ourselves back into our straddle. Remember, with these poses, your knees can be as bent as you need them to be. And then just arrange your feet to be parallel. Heel toe them to be hip distance. Line them up. Bend the knees. Your lower belly in, heavy head, heavy arms. Roll the spine all the way up and loop the shoulders. Beautiful. Bring your weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee to chest. Interlace the fingers around it and draw it all the way up. Try to get a nice squeeze of that right thigh towards your belly. And simply release. To your left side, change the interlace of your fingers. Again, squeeze it in, hold there for a breath. Anytime check. And then release. Reach both arms up. And then take a forward fold. And just hold here again for a few breaths upside down. Okay, take a halfway lift. We're going to bring ourselves to sit. So anywhere you need to do that, grab your cushion if you need it. We're going to cross our legs, but not at our ankles where we normally cross our legs. We're going to try and walk our feet further away from one another so that we're crossing at the shins. Okay, so prop yourself up on cushions if you need. Remember, you're lifting up through the lower back, in through the belly. You're going to draw both arms up, and then take a forward fold over the shins. And so you should feel your outer hips open, and maybe get a little stretch around them. Keep active ankles. That really helps to just kind of minimize any pressure on the feet because they're nice and firm. Try lengthen your spine forward a little more. One more full inhale. Full exhale. Good job. Walk your hands back. Reverse tabletop. Megan, this is for you. Fingertips face forward. Feet out in front of you. Feet parallel. Press into the feet. Raise the hips. Give a little squeeze through the buttocks. A little stretch through the shoulders. Notice my knees aren't kind of splaying out. My feet are parallel. I'm pressing down in them. My glutes are active. And I'm lifting up. One more breath. And then sit back down. Change the cross of the leg. So again, we're not just crossing at the ankles. We're trying to move our feet away from one another. So we're crossing at the shins. Draw both arms up. And then again, take that forward fold. Get on my mat properly. And tuck your chin. One more breath. Nice. And then walk your hands back. Reverse tabletop again. Slide your hands behind you, feet out in front of you. Press into the feet and lift the hips. Beautiful. Bring your buttocks down. Bring your feet down in front of you. Hug around your shins and just bring your forehead onto your knees. You can close your eyes here. You just really ground yourself. You're hugging into yourself. And then lift the gaze. Butterfly pose, so open out the knees. Hands could come to shins as you really lift yourself up. Encourage the knees towards the floor, don't force anything. That same feeling as we did with the pelvic bowl, right? Obviously our legs are very different here, but we want to focus the length coming from the lower back first. So I'm keeping my neck long, my upper back pretty straight. As I first lean forward, you could reach for your feet. And then once my hips and my lower back have kind of reached their opening for this morning, then I'll soften my head, tuck my chin. Relax into the pose, keep yourself present. There's only a minute left, stay with me. Staying present is the hardest part of this practice. Alright, bring yourself up. Take your hands to your outer thighs, draw the knees up. Extend your legs forward. They could be a little bent. Again, maybe you're on your cushion here. Maybe your cushion's even underneath your knees. Draw both arms up. Take a simple twist to your right. Look forward, unravel the shoulders, draw both arms up, take a twist to your left, well done, look forward, draw both arms up, and then hinge from the hips to fold forward. Always prioritizing the spine, so bend your knees if you need to do that to get your spine nice and long. Take 3 more breaths, stay with me. Tuck your chin. Beautiful, and bring the spine up. Cross the legs. Palms down on the legs. Close your eyes for a moment. Acknowledge your efforts. Thank yourself. Commit to checking in with yourself throughout the rest of the day. But not necessarily attaching to anything that comes up, just acknowledging it. Just acknowledging ourselves and listening to ourselves is so empowering. You should know yourself better than anyone else. And it's a privilege to know all of you. And thank you for joining in the practice this morning. I hope that felt good in your body. If you're catching up, I hope that this serves you. If you just completed the practice, I hope that this serves you for the rest of the day and pretty much ripples out to anyone you come in contact with. Guys, it is T-minus a few minutes until Jono and Jules come online. I hope that you're as excited as I am for the big announcement. Super, super exciting. We obviously hit 50,000 last night. The team behind the scenes, it was just celebrations like you can't believe. Just so much excitement, so much hard work goes into this. You guys don't understand. It is insane. Every little thing that happens, someone is doing. Someone's doing it. Someone's making it happen. And because we do so many live sessions, they've got to be live people there. It's not really scheduled or prompted. The team is on. The team's on weekends. I know Siri and Jules gave a shout out on Saturday to our team behind the scenes. So this is really quite exciting for everyone. And I hope that you are just as excited about it. We're excited to announce what will be happening now since we've reached our 50,000. So make sure to catch that now. Such a pleasure, everyone. Nicole, I'm so glad that served you. Eva, such a pleasure. Kim Woodburn, beautiful stretch. Yay, good. I hope you guys got some yawns out of that. Beverly Folsom, 2 out of 5. Yes. Roger, another man in the house. Fantastic, Roger. I want to see you here. I want to see 3 sessions this week from everybody. But I'm glad that your body needed that and that it served you, Roger. Flora, such a pleasure. Katie Mayhew, definitely need to join you more often. So many creaky joins. Yes, the less you do, the less you can do. It is just, it's. My friend and I always joke when anything is kind of obvious, we go, it's physics. It's just physics. Physiologically, we need to move our bodies. If you would like to know more about the lymphatic system, the lymph work we did today, join in at 12:30. Coach Kaylee and I will be discussing that, giving you a little more info and giving you a deeper understanding as to why this work is so important. Lee Jenkins, such a pleasure. Everyone, Wendy Wilson. Lisa says the team behind the scenes are awesome. They really are, Lisa. They are. I also get to see them every day, which is fantastic. Guys, I want to keep chatting with you, but I have to give the stage to Jono and Jules because it's too exciting. Megan James says, was feeling disappointed in myself after hits. And this moment just helped me move past it and forward. Thank you very much, Nina. Megan James, you are just an angel in this community. And every day does not need to be your best, guys. You do not need, today does not have to trump yesterday, trump the day before, trump the day before. Tomorrow doesn't have to be better than today. Every day is as it is. So meet yourself where you are. There's more authenticity and respect and acknowledgement in that. Obviously, some days we need to push ourselves a little more. Sometimes, I always say, sometimes I need love and sometimes I need to give myself a pick up the butt. But it really is that moment of quietness where you get to decide for yourself what that is. All right, everyone. Lisa said lots of yawns this morning. Yay! Everyone, so amazing. Blanche says 2 out of 5. Taryn, Marie, session 2 for the week. That's what I want to see. Fantastic, everyone. Rita Fortain, Nikki, everyone, Antoine, Kathy. Oh, I just love seeing all these names here. Thank you, everyone. Stay signing. Go make your coffee or your nice warm. I've got a lemon water, ginger, and honey, which is my morning drink every single day of my life, pretty much. And it's just great to get your digestive system working on the pH of your body, hydrating yourself, and it tastes delicious. You can add some turmeric in there, you can add some chili in there, just the best. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Lorraine, such a pleasure, everyone. I will see you at 12:30 for Jeff Ed with Coach Kelly. Ciao, bye.
I am fiercely feminine because I'm kind, connected, strong, and passionate. I'm a daughter and I'm a sister. And so every woman is my sister and every child is my child. I am Mother Nature. I am magic. I am love. Join us in celebrating being fiercely feminine, and let's celebrate each other today and every day.